Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. You are watching Nub's Collection, a YouTube series dedicated to the cataloging and review of every game in my physical media collection. As always, I am your host, Victor Nub, and today we are looking at Blaster Master, developed and published by Sunsoft in November of 1988. This is probably one of my favorite Nintendo games that wasn't made by Nintendo, and I think maybe one of the coolest games that they released on the system, just bar none. The coolness of it we'll certainly get a feel for as we're playing through the game. But let's go ahead and do the story setup for it. This section is simply called Game Story. This game is about a guy named Jason. Jason had a pet frog named Fred. One day, Fred decided he had had enough of being locked up in a fishbowl and made a dash for the door. As fate would have it, Jason was there when all this happened, and he gave chase. Once outside, Jason was totally amazed to find Fred running towards a huge radioactive chest. As soon as Fred touched it, he grew to an enormous size, and the radioactive chest fell into the earth along with Fred. Jason tried to reach for Fred, but fell into the hole along with him. When Fred landed, he found himself alone next to a huge armored vehicle. This was not just any vehicle, but one designed for the ultimate challenge against the radioactive mutants living under the Earth's crust. These mutants, created from escaped radioactive waste, are controlled by the Plutonium Boss. Your mission is to fight your way and destroy the Plutonium Boss before he destroys you. Along the way to your final encounter are many warlords of the underground you must destroy. And that's the whole setup. So this game was notable for a couple of things. Number one, it was one of the first games where you were basically a glass cannon. You picked up power-ups as you played through the game, and they made your weapons far more effective at killing enemies. But if you got hit at any point, you would lose the strength of your weapon, and the only way to get it back would be to pick up power-ups. And unfortunately, those were not guaranteed drops of any kind whatsoever, and it would make certain encounters much more difficult if you could not find another power-up to strengthen your weapon. So while this is one of my favorite NES games, it is also one that I have never actually beaten. So this game can get difficult very quickly, and I think this intro demo is making that very plain. So let's go ahead and get started. Go! So this is a game that they ended up re-releasing a newer version a couple of years ago that was also a pixel art style game. But they added a lot of elements to make it a little more user-friendly in the year, whatever it was released in 2015, 14. I'll put it up on the screen here, I'm sure. They added maps. This is one of the... Definitely going to go in the bad column. This game is big and sprawling, and you had absolutely no guidance whatsoever. There was no mapping, as far as I remember. I guess we'll find out in a second here. I'm going to pause. Or not. Did I just reset the game? Oh, that's weird. I wonder if you have to hit select to... That's a serious issue. Huh. Oh, that is wacky. I don't know if I like that. How do I pause the game if I... Hold on. We gotta try that again. There... Did I do something to reset the game by accident? Switch Online. They try. They really do. By the way, I don't know if I had mentioned in the previous episode, but we are looking at this using a Switch that I borrowed from my good friend, previous member of the show, or participant in the show, Shinobi Dave. He had an OG Switch, which allowed me to do video out, and I have just a Switch Lite. Unfortunately, Switch Lite can only be operated in handheld mode. There is no TV mode for it. So that would have made playing the game that we're looking at today nearly impossible, because as I mentioned in the previous episode for Super Mario Brothers, my copy of Blaster Master does not work. And I think we'll put the same cheesy picture that I was going to put up for the Super Mario Brothers episode showing that I do in fact own the game up on the screen again, just to prove that yes, I do have a copy of it. But yeah, I couldn't get it to work, so I needed to borrow a system that you could use TV mode for and look at the Switch Online library version of the game. So I'm a little mystified that when I hit the pause button, instead of going to the pause menu, it resets somehow. But yeah, you can't see anything there as far as a map. And that was always very frustrating about this game. Hop out. So another cool aspect of the game, of course, as you see it here, you can actually get out of your vehicle. This is a far more dangerous version of him. As you can see, I just jumped a couple of feet down and I took damage because it was too long a drop for my character model. I didn't make the game, I just play it. But this is where the design of the game is at its peak, I think. Because when you're playing through these little on-foot sections of the game, you start to see some of the design that actually carried over to another game that we'll be looking at in Nub's collection at a future time, called Fester's Quest, also developed by Sunsoft. That was a game that... Come on. Die! There we go. Perfect. We got a gun upgrade. One of the things that they designed in that game that was very similar to this one is you have gun upgrades, and they increase not only the functionality of your weapon, but the damage potential of it, similar to this game. The big difference there is that in this game, if you take damage at any point while you're on foot, you will actually lose the level of whatever your gun upgrade is. So you have to be very careful not to take damage if you want to maximize your damage with your weapon. It's just a cool looking suit, right? I don't know, when I was a kid I always thought this was the raddest game in my collection. At that point I didn't really own a collection per se, but you get what I'm saying. I just thought this was a very cool game. And that is definitely going to count towards the score when I get to the end here, because I still think it is a very interesting game design. I don't have... Nope, I don't. Oh! Thought I had missiles that you could shoot out from under the vehicle, but I guess not. There we go. Thank you. I don't think these guys can walk on the spikes. Doesn't look like it. The intro story is unique and very silly, but it is certainly a story rooted in the 80s, where everything seemed to be tied to radiation, causing massive growth spurts in characters and special powers. I mean, the boss in the game is straight up called Plutonium Boss. Can't get any more obvious than that. I think the flashing ones give you more health, but I don't remember for certain. I don't know what H is. I'd have to look that up and put it on the screen later. I want to say it has to do with your vehicle. I think there is a mode where you can actually get hover, the ability to hover with it. And I think you have to pick up... Oh, there we go. So now you're seeing the bullets kind of curve away when you shoot them. Oh! See, now I went back. I went back down twice because I keep getting hit. These stupid things. Well, this was a total loss. Oh, what a shame. Yeah, this is a very difficult game. Some of these enemy encounters are just flat unfair. They move too fast, or they move in a pattern that is difficult to read, and it's hard to get out of the way. Whoa, okay. Thank you. Oh boy, that was close. I hit the wrong button. So unfortunately, even though you have a turret that can clearly pivot up and down, or up and to the side, you can't shoot at an angle, and that was probably not a great choice, but that was probably also because they didn't know what the controllers were capable of on this system just yet when they released the game. That's pure conjecture. I have no way of proving that. Again, part of the reason we're wandering the level right now is because there is no map and I have no idea where I'm going necessarily. Just kind of hoping we end up in an area that we're supposed to be in. Ooh. Ooh, I don't know how... Yeah, see, the H, I think, is for your hover. Why you would find those when you're on foot, I don't understand. Sorry to clear my throat there. I also don't understand why you're finding this at all when you don't actually have hover ability until you get to the second or third area. Each area adds an upgrade that you can use to improve the performance of your vehicle. The design of this game is very Metroid-esque, in the sense that there are areas that you won't be able to advance through until you pick up a certain item. And once you get that item, you'll unlock new areas. I think in this first area, we pick up an upgrade for the gun that makes it capable of damaging certain enemies that we can't hurt just yet. I also believe there is a sub-weapon that you can get in this area that allows you to shoot missiles out of the bottom of your vehicle. Or maybe it's lightning. One of those two. The nice thing about going underwater in this game is your little guy Jason can swim, and he does not have air because he's wearing what looks like a motorcycle suit. Hey, look, he didn't know what he was expecting to find when he followed his toad. He thought he was just going down into, like, a little cavern underneath his house. Oh, man. Alright, I got you. There you go. Come on, die. I mean, if all I had in the house was a set of leathers, I'm sure I would throw those on and say, yep, this will be good enough to go spelunking. Although I think most people who end up buying leathers do it for the fashion more than the practicality and get really upset if it gets a tiny bit of scuff on it. Which is silly. That's kind of the point of leathers, is to protect you from getting hurt, but whatever. No guns! Come on, give me a gun. I want to get the top upgrade before we finish this area. It's not going to happen, but I still want it. I will also admit I have no idea what these enemies are supposed to be. At all. I'm sure someone thought it looked, perspective-wise, like a very specific object and said, yeah, let's go ahead and greenlight that design. Good to go, put it in the game. But yeah, when you look at it now, it's just like it's a white spinning thingy. I don't know. Oh, there's another weapon that I hadn't actually been using at this point, and I don't know if I can hit them from here. It's grenades. Short range, does a ton of damage, but against an enemy like this, you're probably better off not doing that. There we go. He's gone. We might have a boss fight coming up. I can't remember. We might also have a weird floating skull coming up. I have no idea what those are. They're not gun upgrades. It must be for the sub-weapon that I don't have yet. So no big deal not grabbing that. Can't actually do anything with it. Alright, boss fight coming up. Alright, so there was a trick in this game, and I don't know if I can do it on the first boss. I think it's even number bosses, but we'll give it a shot. Alright. Yeah, it's not on this one. Well, I didn't hit him, actually, so let's try that again. So, yeah, I didn't do it right! Oh! Sorry, the home button and the pause button on this controller are right next to each other. So, basically, in this game, if you... Let's just do grenades. I'm probably going to die here. Oh, don't die! Oh, the last second. Alright. I love that you pick up all these pieces of equipment, and I don't think they actually tell you what they are. Oh, yeah, they show you on the pause screen there. So that added the hyper cannon to my weapon. Now when I shoot my gun, it does extra damage, or at least enough damage to hurt certain enemies that I couldn't hurt before. Boy, we took a ton of damage in that area. See if I can't pick something up to recover. But there's a trick where on even level bosses, if you shot a grenade at the enemy and pause right when they take damage, the game would continue to count the hits as damage as long as you kept the game paused. And if you left it paused for, say, a minute or two, eventually the enemy would take enough damage to die just from the one grenade shot. And I don't think it works on every enemy. I think it's just odd or even bosses. And it didn't work there, so I think it is even. So we'll probably find out at a later time. But there was a health power-up right here that's gone. Aw, man. Did I grab that? I hope I didn't grab it. Shoot. You can't get that one. Unless you can blow up a block. Can I blow up a block? I don't think I can... Ah, well, whatever. We have just enough life to get out of here. That'll work. But that was the main pickup that you wanted in Area 1, was that item there, because it allows you to shoot a barrier enemy that you could not get past without that weapon. And then you get to the next area, and I don't know if that's where you get the hover jets for your vehicle. All the major upgrades in this game tend to be for your vehicle as opposed to you. The only upgrades you get for your character are the gun upgrades, and as you can see, those are fleeting if you get damaged too much. Oh, come on, get back in. There we go. Interesting, the game wasn't letting me shoot the gun initially. Wonder if I'm having some connectivity issues here. That can't be it, that's silly. A game this old shouldn't be giving me connectivity issues. Yoink. I don't know if that's supposed to be a squid or just a giant eyeball. I think it looks kind of like both. Also find it interesting that we're supposed to be fighting monsters that are mutated by plutonium, but the overwhelming majority of them are gray, which suggests that they're actually machines. So I guess the plutonium boss is capable of creating machinery? Oh, I'm glad that didn't hit me. I think there is supposed to be a sub-weapon here somewhere that we haven't picked up yet. I want to get that before I leave. Let's see, you're getting the power-ups for it, but I still haven't found it. Right? No, I haven't. Well, wait a minute. Well, I guess I have. Alright, well. I just haven't been using them. So these, I think, shoot in a spread. You press down and... Yeah, there we go. Oh, and they heat seek. That's right. And then the lightning is the one that shoots directly underneath your vehicle. So you go over an enemy like this and... Pew! Except I didn't hit him. hope there's something here. It'd be a bummer if I went all this way and there wasn't a cave. There we go. I want to at least get some health back. Oh, can I do it? No, I can't. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know about that. Or at least I didn't remember. Now you get your health back when you get back in the vehicle, I guess? I really should be using the grenades more. Whoop! Yeah. Got nothing, son. I really just want to upgrade this gun to the max. That's what I want. There we go. At least add some distance to my shots. Oh, these stupid things again. I'm gonna lose my weapon upgrades altogether, thanks to these guys, I bet. I think the only reason for this area here is just upgrade your weapon or pick up some other consumable items. There's no other reason to be here. And the real bummer is you can't even upgrade your maximum health in this game. It's purely whatever drops they give you is part of finishing each area. Okay! He almost got me. Oh, that was a luck shot. Won't claim that one for skill. Nothing. Come on, give me some more gun upgrades. I need a gun upgrade. I think you can find some flashing gun upgrades as well, which add 4? Alright, there we go. There we go. Oh, no, you don't, sir. Okay. No! I hate these enemies. The worst. So I've been talking about the remake or re-release of the game called Blaster Master Zero earlier. They did add some interesting changes to the game. The weapons are not quite as ultra destructive if you manage to get the max upgrade. They are very effective, but they're not quite as devastating as they can be in this game, where you get a spread shot that basically just covers the entire screen if you manage to get max weapon upgrade for this game. And in that one, it's more like a wave shot that you get. Sorry, I have something caught in my throat here. Whoa! I've forgotten all about that. Yeah, if you're about to get accosted by an enemy, you can just pause the game and all the blocks come back. Suckers. I swear there is an end to this area, I just haven't found it yet. We're almost done. I think it's only 1 or 2 more rows of these things you can shoot. There's the wall. I see it. This will be the last time I do this. If we can't find gun upgrades just the old-fashioned way of playing through the game like normal, then we won't bother. This is not exciting gameplay. But this is how we did back in the old days, kids. We had to actually grind for our weapons. Look at that. I got 1 gun upgrade and the game immediately took it away from me. Now at least I got some homing missiles out of it, I guess. Oh, come on. Let me out of here. Yeah, I feel like for all the effort you got to put into getting the max upgrade for the gun in this game, it is totally worth it if you can manage to get that final level without getting hit. But man, is it not easy to keep or reach. And I think that's why they made some of the changes in the newer version of the game that they did for Blaster Master Zero. Now, we'll say that they also tried to give the game more of a story as opposed to this one where it was just Jason lost his frog. He chases after it and finds a big pit with some radiation. Not great game story. What? Come on, go get the other one. There you go. What a waste. I think it only fires one missile for each enemy on screen up to a max of 3. I don't think it always shoots 3. I also think this is just a 3 wide spread. As we'll find out when we have an enemy to shoot it at. Oh! Like that one. Yep. Oh, come on. So this is the enemy that you can damage with this gun. And there he goes. Let me through. And let's go ahead and put that on. Whoa! Didn't work. Didn't work. Boy, I remember this being a lot more effective than it actually is. That's disappointing. Alright, area number 2. God, come on! Hit him! You're killing me, Smalls! There we go. It's probably easier with this one. Oh yeah, look at that. Get out of here. I want to at least get to the second boss for this area. Or second boss for the game. So I can try the grenade trick, because I think it should still work. I don't think they ever would have removed something like that from an original game. Right, Nintendo? Okay, can't go any higher there. Well, maybe I can. That must be the bee bots that they put in the game. I remember these stupid things. I think there are more of them up here. Yep, look at that! No! Seriously, if these are all supposed to be, like, organic creatures that were created from radiation, that's a very boring color palette. Whoa! Woohoo, sucker. Get up there. Alright. Whoa! It's a skull machine. Ow! Thing does extra damage. Now look at these environments. They are just cool. This game oozes cool. Alright. I believe all these pits do damage if you let your vehicle touch them. How many of those I got left? I'm doing alright. Again, I have no idea if I'm going in the right direction or not. The game does not give you any direction whatsoever. Oh, look at that! I didn't know you could do that. You can crawl on his little tum-tum. These guys seem to be moving away from me, not towards me. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him. Gotcha. You gonna come towards me or not? There we go. Keep giving me hover juice. I want gun juice, people. Oh, God. Don't like that. Oh, they're everywhere! No! You move too much. Gotcha. There better be something good in here. Nothing! I did all that for nothing. Ah, man. What a nut kick. I have no idea if there was an extra... Well, was there another room somewhere? Some of these exits are not the easiest thing in the world to see. On the roof? No. On the wall? No. Down here? No. And I don't think they give you anything else in these. Nope. Ah, what a waste. I mean, they could have at least given me one gun upgrade, and then it would have been worth it. This game is cool. I didn't say it was necessarily well designed. But I think this is what the kind of stuff that you see in games that get remade tend to need an update or a remake for, is these weird design decisions that just don't pan out because they rely on your willingness to just do a thankless task and get no reward for it. And video games, I think, have come a long way in that regard because they don't make them to punish you for playing them anymore, unless the whole point of the game is to be punishing. And those can be fun in their own way as long as they still give you some kind of reward. Come on. Get up. Not here for you, slug man. There we go. I think we're making progress. I also think these blocks you can destroy with a weapon upgrade that you get later, because you get another... I don't know if you get multiple weapon upgrades, but I think you do get at least one more weapon upgrade at some point in the future. I also think you get an upgrade for your vehicle where it can cling to walls, if I'm remembering correctly. I hope this is worth it. Get in there. No! Stupid eyeballs! My gun sucked enough. I didn't need it to be even suckier. Health? Come on, give me a weapon upgrade. Just one weapon upgrade. Even if I can't get a cool gun, I just want one that shoots a longer distance. There we go. Aha! Like. Boy, this is not as enthralling as I was expecting the gameplay to be. You just shoot a lot of blocks in this game. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that, game. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Look at this. That's why you want to upgrade your weapon. Look at that damage potential. Look at this thing. So this was a worthwhile investment of time. And thankfully that carries over. You don't lose it because you go into a... Come on, jump. There we go. Sorry, I think I keep confusing the button presses, and that's what's getting me, because okay, come on! What was that? Just right in my face when I come out. No, you don't. Gotcha. Thank you for the health. Or power, whatever. I'm all full on pow. I knew that was gonna get me! Come on! Stop stomping on me. There we go. I gotta be getting near the boss area. This feels familiar. Again, these areas are large and sprawling, and there is absolutely no guidance whatsoever for them. Oh! Owie, 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 owie. Let's see if we can light them up. Oh, got one of them. Got the other one. Gotta. I'll take that, thank you. Alright. Come on, be the area. I think if this is the boss, we'll fight him, and then we'll call it an episode, because I think I've wandered around these areas enough for one game. That is just such a good weapon. Very, very good. Look at that. He's powerless to my ultra gun. And I don't know if I'm going the right direction. No, you jerk! It's still a very effective weapon, but once you take that first hit, man, you lose so much effectiveness. Don't like this at all. Oh, you tried. You jerk. You tried and you failed. Alright, let's go up here. Oh, there's my upgrade back up to full. Yeah. God, I don't like how these enemy layouts are working. Like right in your face when you walk in the room. That's not terribly fair game design. Alright, I am certain this is the boss area coming up. We need to find it first, but we're in the right area. We just need to find the boss. Alright, so extra gun upgrades don't do anything once you get the max level. Which is alright. I really want to show off the trick. That's the thing. That's the cool thing about this game, is that trick. Or the design, you know, either way. Oh, look at that. The only way to get that is to take damage, and the amount of damage you would take to get to it would basically negate its value to you. Game trying to screw me over again. Look at this. I do like that they design... Oh! Whew. More garbage design. I'm glad they keep giving me weapon upgrades, but that was just BS, man. Alright, just stay there. Yeah, jerk. Come on, give me the boss! No! Ooh, they almost got me again with that. I remember this being a boss area. Well, no you don't. I just need to figure out where he is. There we go. All right, so let's see if the grenade trick still works. I want to say it works on this guy. You hear that sound? If it hits, that should be doing it. No, I don't think it hit him. Maybe it doesn't work on this guy. It also doesn't seem to be taking any damage, which is concerning. I don't think this is going to work. It's not doing anything. But if this was the enemy that could be damaged in this way, that's the sound that you would hear, or something similar to it. But he's not taking damage. That's concerning. Oh, now he takes damage. Maybe it's the hands. All right, well, let's try one more time. Come on, give me a window. Nope. Got it. So all I have to do is wait. He's dead. You can hear a change in the audio when the damage is enough to kill him. So unpause and done. So it is even leveled enemies that works on. And only the bosses. I don't think it works anywhere else. So now we have the Crusher, which I believe just upgrades the gun. So yeah, you can see the difference in the shot there. That destroys blocks that we had been passing, but not destroying up to this point. And I'm not going to try to get all the way to the end here, because I don't think we would even know where to go if I could figure it out. We'll just go ahead and call it here. So that is going to do it for our look at Blaster Master. Let's go ahead and do the review phase. We'll do the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, again, I think this is one of the coolest design games that ever came out on the Nintendo. It's got a cool sci-fi element. The story is a little bit silly, but they have two different modes of traversal in the game. You get into a vehicle that you can hop around and shoot with, kind of like traditional Metroid-style gameplay, but of course you're in a vehicle instead of just on foot. And you can also get out and go into the caverns and shoot enemies. And like I said, there is a glass cannon element to it where you can upgrade your weapon and make it far more effective. But of course, if you get hit at any point, it downgrades and you lose effectiveness. So it's very much a get the upgrade and then do your best to just never get hit again in the game. And that can add an element of tension that can make the game more interesting. As far as the bad, and I think this is very clearly the biggest problem that this game had, and they even addressed it in the remake that came out a couple years ago, there is no map. This game is very big and sprawling, and it is very easy to get lost. I just happened to guess in the right direction for this second boss. If you had asked me to guide you where it was, I don't know if I could repeat it. I just kept going up and right, and that was what I was hoping was the right direction, and it turns out it was the right direction. But without a map, you're just kind of randomly wandering areas and hoping you're going in the right direction. That's not great game design, and that is a recurring problem with a lot of the games on Nintendo. Was they made these large, sprawling areas, but they gave you absolutely no direction on what to do or where to go. They just kind of hoped you would figure it out on your own, and that's not terribly fun. As for the ugly, I think I mentioned it while we were playing through the game. And they talk about how your pet frog got mutated by radioactive waste, and that you chased after him and found all these enemies that were under the control of someone named the Plutonium Boss, and the overwhelming majority of the enemies you fight are all machines. So why are they pushing the radioactive element so hard when you see almost no radioactive affected enemies or radiation affected enemies? That doesn't make a ton of sense. They probably shouldn't have done that story setup. They should have gone in a different direction, but they wanted to do the in vogue story conceit, which of course back in the 80s was everything was affected by radioactive material and the dangers of, you know, nuclear weapons and all that. But in this case, it didn't really fit the design aesthetic of the game, where everything is mechanized and machine. I don't know. That was a weird choice, but let's go ahead and give this game a score. We do our score in Randars, 1 to 10 Randars. I'm going to give this... I enjoy the game, but I think it's very difficult. I'm going to say this is a 6 Randars. The biggest problem it has is that missing map. There are very cool elements to the game, but without a map, you're just randomly wandering and hoping you're going in the right direction. And I think it hurts the overall value of the game and the replayability of it. It would probably be a lot easier and more enjoyable if they had a map in the game, or if you just go online and look one up, which, you know, it sounds like in 2021, not a big deal. You can go online, you can find just about anything, but this game came out in 1988. There wasn't anything like that. There was no internet. If you didn't get a subscription to a magazine like Nintendo Power that happened to maybe publish some maps for this game, you probably never had one. At least not one that you didn't make yourself. And those are always suspect because your imagination for how big an area was versus how big it actually was would alter the map and make it hard to use. And that's always something you had to be wary of when you were trying to make your own maps. And believe me, I tried in the past to do that, and it didn't work out. It never did. So that is the biggest knock against the game. The music is fun. I think Sunsoft had a reputation for making some of the most graphically gorgeous games on Nintendo, and I think in the case of this game, even as early in the library's history as it came out, this is one of the most beautiful games on my Nintendo, in my Nintendo collection. And in general, I think it's one of the best looking games on Nintendo. It was a beautiful game. They really had a knack for doing pixel art in a way that no one had really figured out, even as early as 1988. So this is a beautiful game, and it has good music, and it is really tough and really needed a map. But I think 6 Randars is a very fair score for this game. Really wish they had that map in there. But that's going to do it for this episode of Nubs Collection. As always, I do appreciate all of you watching, and I will see you next time.